welcome. I'm Tamara Krinsky.
And I'm Anthony Carboni, and in just minutes, we will be sharing this stage with the cast and creative team who brought this epic story to life. We are joined now by Mr. Fantastic himself, Pedro Pascal.
Señor Fantástico.
Oh, I'm a big Fantastic Four guy. I am so excited to have you involved in this.
I'm excited you're excited.
I'm excited, you're excited, I'm excited. Reed in the comics is a guy who, if there's something interesting to figure out, he might begin to forget the human factor involved.
Oh yeah. The most identifying factor to my character, who has a brain that would eat him if left to his own resources.
Right.
So he anchors himself to these relationships. This is a family that only knows how to save humanity by being a family, and it's the story of togetherness all around. Hope you love the movie.
Nessa Kirby, our Sue Storm, our Invisible Woman, welcome to the premiere.
Much. It feels so great to be here.
NASA actually has a term, Manager of Missions, whose acronym is MOM. And you are the mom of the Fantastic Four, and I'm so curious how you wanted leadership to show up, just like the moms of NASA.
It's not surprising, is it? Because I learned a lot from Sue about how mums are really the real superheroes. And I think we all, I've taken mine for granted, and she taught me, oh God, it just was such an amazing lived experience to realize that this, she's pregnant, she gives birth, then she's a new mother, all while this, existential intergalactic threat is coming and this mission is taking place. And I was so honored that Marvel asked me to take this journey, but also wanted to portray a mother like that, because it's metaphorical, I think, for what mothers do every day.
We are joined now by Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm himself. Both you and Johnny Storm kind of rose into fame pretty quickly. How does he deal with it differently than Joseph Quinn?
I think being able to fly away could be useful at times.
How, when you're on a set that is this massive, do you stay grounded? Do you kind of enable those intimate moments?
You've just got to focus on your job and to listen to your scene partner and remain in the scene, and that was not hard considering the talent that we have in this film.
We are joined now by Evan Moss-Baccarat, the ever-loving Thing. This is my guy,
right,
dude.
That's right.
This is my guy.
Yeah, me too. That's my guy.
Oh, I love him. I love him so much. This is not an origin story of the Thing.
No.
This is the Thing. We're going 4 years in.
Yeah, that's right.
Where is he at? How is he feeling? How is Ben feeling about the Fantastic Four and about the Thing?
They had a whole kind of other life foisted on him that, I don't think you can just all of a sudden, be okay with it. But I think he's in a place of quasi-acceptance, I suppose.
As an actor, you say that your job is to fight for the guy that you're playing. And I'm curious, in this portrayal of the Thing, what was important for you to fight for, to make sure was an essential part of his character?
I mean, he's a man that's just trying to have dignity and have the world see him for who he is on the inside, despite what he looks like on the outside, like all of us, I think, in some way. It's such an honor to be the steward of this character for this brief time that I've been given this job.
We are here with Julia Garner, our Silver Surfer. Welcome.
Hi.
We are so glad you're here. You said in an interview that for you to say yes to a part, you have to fall in love with a character. So what was it about the Silver Surfer you fell in love with?
What's not there to fall in love? It's mysterious and beautiful and complex. It's like a puzzle, It's always more interesting when you think a character is going to be one way, but it ends up being completely different. So I just had such a great time, you know, kind of unlocking and kind of trying to figure out the puzzle pieces in a way. So it was really great.
And speaking of things thinking they might go one way, then they go another, you had one of the most wildest first days
Yes.
of shooting I've ever heard about. Can you share that story with the fans listening on Disney+?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. The first scene that I shot was the scene where Shalval lands in Times Square, and, you know, she's giving that speech, the I Herald Galactus.
The big moment on the first day, really.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure. Galactus is with us.
Good evening, everybody.
Once you kind of got into Galactus and started feeling it, what else about the character did you enjoy and did you put into it?
I enjoyed the loneliness and the isolation and how tired he was and how he just kind of wanted it all to be over. I love the 14-billion-year-old element of Galactus. I kind of wanted to lean into that.
We've seen a lot from the family about how tight they were and about the family dynamic, but you're sort of outside of that. So I was curious on set, did you hang with them between takes or did you kind of keep to yourself?
I popped in and said hello every now and again, but when I eventually turned up to film, it was a pretty solo endeavor.
Truly the loneliest man in the universe.
How are you? Good seeing you both.
Good to see you too. So obviously every Marvel Studios movie is special and important, but there's something about this film that feels extra special.
It all started with Fantastic Four, and the Marvel fans know that. It all started, I just was talking to Jack Kirby's granddaughter Jillian a moment ago. It all started with his pencil. It started with he and Stan. And that's what created what we know as the Marvel Universe, were these characters.
When you're approaching Matt Shakman, what do you tell him are sort of the things that you hope he can bring out of Fantastic Four?
You know, the early conversations, we knew we wanted this to be its own standalone movie. We knew we wanted this to take place in its own universe, Earth 828, for those keeping track. And he embraced that. He loved the idea of being able to really put his stamp on something new that hadn't been done before, that will continue into our universe, but that we meet for the first time here without any strings, without any prior knowledge necessary, and he dove right in.
Oh my goodness, the director of Fantastic Four, First Steps, Matt Shakman.
Marvel folks love you because you did this amazing work on WandaVision where you got to jump into different eras. In this, you lean specifically into retrofuturism in the 1960s. What about this era made it right for Fantastic Four's story?
Well, it's the era in which they were created. You know, they were created in the early 60s in the time of the space race, and it's so much a part of their DNA, that JFK optimism.
What were you pulling from in terms of media when you looked at this?
We talked about the aesthetic being where Kirby meets Kubrick. So Jack Kirby, creator of the Fantastic Four, brilliant comic book artist, and Stanley Kubrick, director of 2001, sort of the great futurist masterpiece of all time, but definitely of the 60s. And so it was like, okay, well, what if all the things Stanley Kubrick was dreaming about could actually be true in the 60s?
We are joined now by Michael Giacchino, the composer behind this amazing, I gotta tell you, everything I've heard of this Fantastic Four score has been, wonderful.
We wrote this music, I wrote this theme over a year ago for last year's Comic-Con. So it would have been a year and a month ago that I wrote this theme.
Unbelievable.
I do have to actually ask you about that.
Yeah.
So when that reveal at Comic-Con last year with the drone show, what was that like for you?
Oh my God, it was so fun. I was standing on the bridge. I remember watching the whole thing. And I remember because I went to a party that night beforehand, but I had to rush. I wanted to rush and get back because I didn't want to miss the drone show. But when Galactus's head was like coming up over the stadium, it was the craziest thing I ever saw. I could not believe what I was looking at.
That's a life
It was
moment.
like, this can't be real.
Fantastic Four. We do family dinner every week. That's up.
Stop it, Johnny.
On July 25th.
Time to save the planet.
What's the plan?
Trust me, I hate that
That's a
plan.
bad plan. That's a stupid plan.
Prepare.
No!
fantastic.
If we pull this off, I take back every single bad thing I've been saying about you. To myself, in private.
Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four. Rated PG-13. Get tickets now.